makers, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a beautiful sunflower tutorial. My colors today are yellow, orange, brown, black, white, blue, and green. I also have some mixing plates, a thing of water, some paper towels, and 3 different brushes. I'm working with a flat square brush, a flat round brush, and a thin round pointy brush. Now the first step to this painting is to mix up our background color. This is going to be a lovely like royal blue, cobalt blue. So we're going to grab our flat square brush and grab a little bit of white and a lot of blue. We're going to mix that up until there's no marbling effect and fill in our entire background with this color. Once we've finished filling in our background, we're going to give it a little dry break for about 10 to 15 minutes. And when we come back, we're going to be creating the color for our leaves and stems. So with my round flat brush, I'm going to grab a little bit of white, a decent amount of yellow, and a nice big scoop of green. Maybe even a touch of black if you want to mute down the color a hair. Then the basic shape for the leaf that we have, because there's really only one leaf, is a heart. It's a heart that is, sitting on its side, so the point is on the left bottom corner, and the part where it curves like a McDonald's M is sort of in the middle and facing towards the right edge. Then we're going to go ahead and fill that in with this color. And then taking a small pointy brush in the same color, we're going to draw a line for our flower, the stem for our flower. This is going to go through the bottom hump of that heart shape all the way down to the bottom edge. And then we're going to draw a little line connecting the leaf to the stem in that corner. Using my flat round brush, we're going to be creating a lime green by adding some more yellow and white to that darker green. And on the top left edge of this heart-shaped leaf, we're going to be flicking in this lime green and just keep working it in. As this darker green is still wet, you'll see that they kind of blend together, and that's what we want. Then taking our small pointy brush in that same lime green paint, we're going to add some highlights to the stems. Still using the same brush, we're going to get it clean and get into some black paint to add some shadowing to both the stems and the bottom edge of our leaf. For the bottom edge of our leaf, we are going to give it a couple little wiggles just to give it this sort of leaf texture. No leaf is absolutely perfect, right? It's got some ridges. Then, once we're done with the shadowing, we're going to get a clean brush and back into our lime green. We're going to be adding those veins that are in the center of our leaf. So it's simply one line that goes down the center of the leaf, and then all these little branches, you could call them, that go out towards the sides of the leaf. Now I want those veins to seem a little more 3D. So with a clean pointy brush, In some black paint, we're going to add some shadowing to the bottom edge, or even in just like the corners of those little veins we created. Next, we're going to focus on the center of our sunflower. So with a small pointy brush, we're going to be creating a darker brown by grabbing a scoop of brown and a little bit of black. Mix, 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 and we're going to be drawing a nice big oval where we want the center of our sunflower to be. It's not directly in the center, it's just to the right of center. Next, I'm going to be mixing up a lighter orange with a scoop of orange and a little bit of white. And to add this color in, we are going to be doing a dotting texture, simply just like tapping our brush onto the canvas. We're going to go right next to that brown line and keep it really shallow. We're not bringing it too far into the center of that oval. The next color for this oval is some yellow. So we're going to mix up some white and yellow paint just to make the yellow a little bit thicker, a little bit more opaque. And we're going to do the same texture right next to that orange, still keeping some space in the middle for some greens that we're going to make. Now, if you ran out of the greens from your leaf, then you might need to mix up more. If you still have some, we're going to take that lime green color and dot it in just like we did with the orange and the yellow. And the last color that's in the center is the darker green that was the base for our leaf and stems. All right, time to focus on the petals. This is, I think, the most important part for our painting, so take your time. I'm going to be using my thin pointy brush and mixing up a decent amount of this color. So big scoop of white, big scoop of yellow. You can even add a touch of orange in there if you want to warm up the yellow a hair. To make these petals, you're going to start at the tip of your petal with very light pressure because you want them to be pointy at the end. Then you're going to wiggle down towards the base of your flower. And as you wiggle down, you're going to press harder onto your brush, making it thicker where it connects to that center oval. We're going to add a whole bunch of these. Some can be longer, some can be thinner, right? They don't all have to be the same shape or size. There are even a few petals that lie inside of that oval as if they've been bent over and you're seeing the underside of them. Next, we want to give these some shadowing. So with my small pointy brush in some brown paint, I'm simply just going to flick up on the bottom of each petal into the middle or towards the top of the petal. we're going to be adding some highlights with some white paint towards the tip of each petal. Lastly, I'm just going to add some touch-ups to the center of my sunflowers, so the dark brown, the orange, the yellow, any colors you feel you need to brighten up a hair, I'm going to be going in and just touching those up. But that is the last and final step to creating this beautiful sunflower painting. It's perfect for the summer season, and we would love to see what you're painting at home. You can post them on social media. Just don't forget to tag us at muse_paintbar so we can check them out. We'd love to see what you're painting, how they turned out. I'm sure everybody else would be really impressed too. Now, if you want to see more from our channel, any other tutorials that we may have, make sure you like and subscribe. And with that, don't forget to always paint outside the lines.